So we go from the 4 points of Ogun to Oya. Got some sweet stuff. Tastes like molasses. All in the wind, but it vibes on Oshun's 5. Let's talk about it.
Attention, star seeds. Attention, light workers. Attention, root workers. Attention, conjure doctors. Attention, nature-based faith practitioners. Attention, spiritualists. Attention, diviners. Attention, prophets. Attention, the spiritually eclectic. Attention for those seeking the road less traveled. This is time-sensitive cosmic information, so you might want to catch this. This is time-sensitive cosmic information that you can use in your prayers, manifestations, and other spirit works. Beam up now via this video or the audio link in this video's description box to get this on the fly esoteric wisdom. Beaming up now. Ashe emojibatu Olodumare Bobo Egungun Ara Orun Bobo Orisha for another day to bask in the goodness of Onile's sacred earth. Every day given is very special, and here are a few details, cosmic details, pertaining to how. I'm iiiYansaje Muse, and this is your early rising or your evening settling mystic forecast.
Ekule if you're catching this in the evening time. Ekaro if you're catching this in the early morning's rise. First, I'd like to give thanks to your Ori, your ancestors and spirit guides for leading you to this place and time here in this moment. I'm iiiYansaje Muse, bringing you the music, the mystics, the mojo on 222.9, the Mothership. Internet radio for the road less traveled. Before I go any further, I'd like to say thank you to all of my supporters and everyone who is showing love to my work, commenting on the posts, getting the most out of this music, mystics, and mojo that I put together for your spiritual enlightenment, enjoyment, and entertainment. I'm broadcasting live from the only city in the country where during winter solstice you gotta hang your overcoat next to your sundress, Houston, Texas. And it is your 7th Tuesday of summer solstice, and gosh dog it, it is hot. HAUTE. Okay, but it's okay because the humidity is working wonders for this glowing chocolate suit. I'm loving it. So let that sweat come out. Let that heat go ahead and give you that free sauna. Detox them sweat pores and get that glow in your skin. And as the sweat drips, meditate on things that you need to release. Trust me, jump in the water, baby. It's fine. You'll love it. Even the water's from within. And we are winding down August 6, 2024, vibrating on a 22 masterful 4 energy. 4 points on Ogun's ruled day, Iba Ariwa. That's the day of victory. So as this day comes to a close, how did Ogun bless the tools in your hand? Ogun does own the tools in Orisha tradition, and each and every one of us have the tools in our hands that we need to reach our highest destinies. It's just a matter of the tools are there, but it's up to you to put in the elbow grease. Just saying. It is the 3rd Tuesday of Leo season, and the moon tonight is waxing in the house of Virgo. So with that 22 mastery energy in, put in that work and allow your work to teach you, because see, Virgo energy is about mutable earth. And mutable signs are signs that learn about themselves through their interactions with other people. So you got that learn in earth energy. With that on the moon tonight, allow yourself to be okay with not knowing everything. Because the truth is none of us will ever know everything. That's what God is for. But there's nothing wrong with continuing to learn as we master our crafts, master our trades, and master ourselves, if that makes sense. I'm going to take a quick break with my whistle real quick because when the clock strikes 12 and Ogun passes that time clock to his wife Oya, then we are at the week's climax, Wednesday, with Oshun's Honey Owl in the Wind. I'm iiiYansaje Muse, and this is your 9 p.m. or 6 a.m. Mystic Forecast on 222.9, the Mothership. Beam up. Did you enjoy the work and greenery wisdom of the Paradopotis? Well, I hope you did, because now it's time to take to the skies on my Wednesdaily blog, the Malbec Planetarium. That's www.poeticallymuse.org/Malbec Planetarium. That's POETICALLYMUSED.org/MALBECPlanetarium. Bet you won't join me there tomorrow to learn a few secrets of the quasars. Ashe. And we're back. So, in case you're just now joining us, I'm iiiYansaje Muse, bringing you the music, the mystics, and the mojo on 222.9, the Mothership. It's August 7th, Wednesday, WINDS Day, Iba Oya, Iba Ojoriru, or Day of Confusion. And confusion doesn't have to be a bad thing, just embrace it from a spiritual standpoint. That's just a little pop quiz from SU to try to find out where you at versus where you're becoming versus where you are. Don't take nothing too personal. It is August 7th, 2024, and it's some sweet stuff. Honey all in the air, love in the air, sweetness in the air, abundance all in the air on your 23-5 energy. And that is combined with energies of transformation, where we may be getting called to lay down our samurais in some areas and be open to love. Because love is the most powerful force there is on this earth. And that's why so much is always done to try to dilapidate it, limit it, suppress it, say it doesn't exist, or destroy it altogether. But when you keep love strong in your life, then you live in one way or the other. It is your seventh Wednesday of summer solstice and the third one of Leo season. And like last night, the moon is still waxing towards full in the sixth house of Virgo. And this is a stronger moon than last night because Wednesday is ruled by Mercury. Mercury rules Virgo, and Mercury also is in retrograde. So put in that inner work. This is more of like yesterday's waxing moon in Virgo was more about putting in earthly work. This day, Wednesday's waxing moon in Virgo, is all about putting in that spirit work. You catch my drift. We are in the second decan of Leo season, that's half Sagittarius, between August 2nd and August 12th. So these are the territorial cats that like to expand their hunting grounds, expand their territories. Not really hating, but there's just a degree of separation between first decan, 100% Leos, and the third decan, which are half Aries Leos. And those are the lions with the horns. But we'll talk about that once the heavens cruise us into that space. In the Kemetic way of the stars, we are in the season of Sekhmet still until August 11th, and that's the lion of justice energy. So that combined with Saturn in retrograde, Mercury in retrograde, there's a lot of justice energy that's happening right now. And something that came across my desk more than once today is many people trying to come back into your world and re-access you, not because they want you, but because they want access to your divine energy. There's some people who believe that being around somebody divine is going to save them from the karma that they put out on themselves. Not so. Just as, and God makes karma very, very simplistic with gardening. Yes, gardening. And what do I mean by that? You tell me how many people have planted a Venus flytrap and sprouted a potato. I'll wait. Anyways, In the African ways of spirituality, the 12 figures, we are in the season of the kola nut. And if today is your solar return, happy solar return. May the ancestors, Orishas, Olodumare, and all saints of your respective faith bless you with many, many more filled with Boba Ire. And if today is your solar return, I'm going to do a little bit of zodiac dry snitching on you. So here goes. If you were born on August 7th, you have a nice sense of humor. You can appreciate a joke even at your own expense. You got to be careful with people like that because you be thinking you playing them, but they getting a drop on your ass all along. Just saying. Although proud and somewhat positive, you have a strong and winning personality. You are energetic, you're original, and you're the most happy when you're solving a problem. You're not really demonstrative, but you are capable of the deep and true love. Oh, love it. Okay, so all right, other zodiac houses, you other 11. Haterade is not alkaline, so make sure that you are showing all the cats, the royal cats, the Leos in your life some love as we turn up in our season. Because you know good and darn well that when your zodiac house rolls around, you are going to want the world to turn up with you. And you should. Why? Because everybody's life matters. Every zodiac house is crunk. We all got our strengths and weaknesses. And when you look at it that way, every day is a reason to celebrate and learn more about yourself. So, as we cruise through Leo season, then do yourself a blessing, child, and learn more about the Leo energy in you. And you can do this through your placements of Zodiac House 5, the placements of Leo, and the placements of the Sun in your astrology chart. Okay? And if you need some spiritual mentorship and guidance, then by all means, study, and you can also call the number on the screen, 314-200-0368, or you can do the pin site link where you can do a read via live session, or you can do a read via 24-hour turnaround pre-recorded. I'm iiiYansaje Muse, and when we come back, we're going to talk more about these planets on the moonwalk dance floor. Beam up. Wednesdays, Mercury, Uranus, purples, Iba Oya, Iba Nana maroons, exotic voices of the mothers. Welcome to Wednesdays on the Mothership, 222.9. Beam up. And we're back. So let's talk about these planets on the moonwalk dance floor. We got, of course, Pluto. Pluto from May 2nd in Aquarius to October 12th in Capricorn. That hits Scorpios the hardest. The planetary energy that aligns with that Orisha is Ogun, Oya, and Orumila, dealing with rejuvenation, destiny, and taboos. And since this is the furthest planet from this rock on the sun, then hey, take care of the little things because details, small things, make big differences. Close out all chapters and stay away from any and all things that hinder your divine light. Ashe. Second planet on the retrograde dance floor is Saturn. Went in on June 29th in Pisces, coming out on November 15th in Pisces, with Saturn being the karmic planet, trickster planet of justice, karma, carnal energy, and Orisha energy. It deals more with Eshu and Obalu energy, which deals with justice, tricksters, crossroads, and life altering decisions based on our choices, poor or wise. And Orisha tradition, Eshu is the keeper of the crossroad. So with Saturn in retrograde in Pisces, a lot of delusions are going to be shattered. Check your priorities from a spiritual standpoint and allow yourself to do more grounding of your ego self because there are a lot of hidden rewards to spiritual mastery that awaits those that listen and stay on the right side of the crossroad. Capricorns and Aquariuses will be more affected by this retrograde than the other 10 houses because it's your ruling planet, as Pluto does with Scorpios. All right, all right. Third planet on the retrograde dance floor is Neptune. Neptune went in on July 2nd, coming out on December 7th in her own house, Pisces. So this affects Pisces people more than the other 11 houses. And with this energy in retrograde, Neptune in Arumila energy deals with Olokun, Yemanja energy, as it deals much with dreams, ideas, spirituality, and the meditative state. So, with this planet in retrograde, much will be done to increase your intuition. Much will be done to, how do I put it, put you more in a spiritual space. Your dreams will get more intense, so it would be wise to document them. And you want to avoid vices right now. I'm going to say voices, vices right now. And vices kind of alter your spiritual state, so you want that clear conscience so you can get a righteous connect. All right. And then we got planet Chiron busting the retrograde dance in Aries. Aries is the driving force, and Chiron affects all 12 houses. So you want to look at that inner child, that deepest, deepest wound that many of us spend our lives bringing peace to and with. Be prepared to come face to face with those things head on through orchestrated events throughout your life. And last but not least, we have Mercury retrograde that typically deals more with Gemini Virgo energy. So, Gemini Virgo energy is going to be affected more than the other 11 houses. This is the second one out of 2024. We went in on August 5th in Virgo. And I'll be back with you about what zodiac house it's coming out in. But with Mercury in retrograde, we know the drill, lapses in communication. We deal with estranged people trying to come back into our lives for one reason or the other. And it's either to make peace and move forward, make peace and stay apart, or to not even open the door to that energy altogether. And you can trust your discernment to know which one to use in whichever given situation. You can expect travel delays, mishaps, and hiccups in communication and the works. But retrograde is not the time to start anything new. So, no new contracts, no new relationships. Try not to start anything new during Mercury retrograde. Okay? All right. So, that's what's going on with the planetary bus walk, moonwalk energy. And we're going to come back with my Wednesdaily message for the star seeds. I'm iiiYansaje Muse, and this is your 9 p.m. or 6 a.m. Mystic Forecast. Beam up.
Before sight. Before sight of shells there were stanzas, stanzas of my soliloquies. Before sight of wisdom, before sight of worship, there was only my written word, Afoshe. Before sight of divination, before sight of Dafa, there were diaries, diaries in dozens. Before sight of revelation, before sight of reason, There were only my rhapsodomancies of rhyme, rearranged to rhythms of my lipstick-kissed alchemy, alchemies of my depths, my valleys, my mountains, my visions, my empathies, my testimonies, my joys, my sorrows, my love. Before sight of awakening, before sight of airwaves, before sight of anointing, there were archives of my allegories. Before sight of clarity, before sight of conversion and clergy call, there were collections of my ink prints. Before sight of prophecy, before sight of priestesshood, there was poetry, poetries that bear my fruit. There was me.
And we're back. So, if you're seeing this part of tonight's broadcast, then you are tapped into divine algorithm, and this is for you. My Wednesdaily messages are specific to star seeds, time travelers, healers, light workers, other readers, things of that nature. And it's all about elevating the consciousness with the star glyph mean. But mean showed up inverted. So there are areas in your being that you aren't fully embracing. And it's like the final touches on your structure before the ribbon is cut and you're now reopened as in coming out of your cocoon and back into a new society, or just simply dealing in the space that you're in as you're elevating higher. Allow yourself to enjoy your divine space because heaven knows you fought hard enough for it. So try not to get caught up in the war aspect of it so that you can also embrace the joy of being gifted. Embrace the joy of being the way you were designed. It's not all roses all the time, and the universal law of duality speaks of positive versus negative. So with starseeds, we know there's a lot of our karmics that are catching their dues and all of that. But the divine spirit gives me to give you not to settle too much into that energy because manifestation is right there in your hand. So at this space in the game, in this moment, it's going to take all of your energy, all of your focus to reel in your ultimate manifestation. And you know that you're really close to something when you can start feeling things from your past continuing to try to trigger you into staying in those past energetic spaces. Because oftentimes, the people who tormented us don't have to physically be present to continue to torment us. The trick of it is to stop us from triggering ourselves into reliving that same trauma. And that can come up a lot right when you're on the cusp of manifestation. So focus on your future more so than your past, because this here looks delicious. And the third is the portal of transcendence. So, in your manifestation, you will be transcending into a new divine space of living. But you have to align yourself more with the energy by balancing out this mean energy. And the mean energy is all about acceptance, about balance, and about allowing yourself to surrender to the divine flow of being exactly who and what you are. So if you've been through all the hell of being the chosen one, allow yourself to also be open to the benefits. And that is how you manifest as well as transcend. Ashe. There's my general message. Should you like a personal read, the number is rolling across the screen there, and you can book through my personal link that has the ones where you can do the live sessions as well as the pre-recorded video. I am iiiYansaje Muse, and this is radio for the road less traveled, 222.9, the Mothership. Beam up. Don't make me land a tornado where I could have been a cool breeze. Oh yeah. The Uranus collection, brought to you by the Mothership Mystic Boutiq. All proceeds go to 222.9, the Mothership Internet Radio for the road less traveled. Beam up. And we're back. Thank you for joining me for this forecast. I certainly hope that you gain some things that are going to align your Mercury and Uranus ruled Oya venerated Wednesday. So if you're listening to this Tuesday night, then stay tuned for my Tuesday nightly vision of what love looks like, brought to you by the Divine Masculine Fathers of Song. If you're listening to this at the 6 a.m. hour, then stay tuned for the Rising Bimbe to Aya before we get to your, I just said Rising Bimbe to Aya, to your exotic divine mothers of R&B soul. Either way, remember, the sky is big enough for us all to be stars, and may Aya always bring you positive change. And in the words of George Clinton, free your mind. Your ass will follow. This is 222.9 The Mothership, Internet Radio for the road less traveled. Beam up. Oh, and the last spot that you saw was about the Mothership Mystic Boutique, where you can shop my Uranus collection for digital art, sacred journals, and themed gifts sacred to the Orisha Oya. And yes, there are 7 collections, one for each Orisha. So make sure you you enjoy yourself in there now. All proceeds go to 222.9 The Mothership Internet Radio. Beam up.
Every day is special. Why not find out mystically how? This is the forecast on your Mystic Music Haven on the airwaves, 222.9, the Mothership. Beam up.